Hello, my name is Amy Hinsman. I'm board chair of the Augusta Children's Academy.
And I'm Doug Anderson, the director at the Academy.
We are very excited to be here with you today and to share a little bit more about the Academy. But what we really want to talk about is the enrollment piece of it, because we've visited a lot of families so far with enrollment. And maybe we'll talk a little bit about some of the information that Doug and I have learned on this journey regarding the need of adequate, safe childcare in our area.
One of the things that we just talk about on a regular basis is the need for childcare throughout the state. And specifically when you look at our region, the southeast part of Minnesota, that entire region has a 9,223 child need for care, and that number I think is just overwhelming when you think that that is just one portion of the state, and certainly I have every reason to believe that it's very similar in other regions of the state as well. And in visiting with families, that's something that we too have learned is right here in Steele County and in Blooming Prairie. We've learned of the great need that families have. In Steele County, 235 children are in need of a child care placement within just our own county, and in Blooming Prairie, 104 children in our own community, which just helps to affirm the greatness of the Academy and what will be taking place within our community, not just the Blooming Prairie community, but the surrounding communities. We have Ellendale, we have Geneva, we have Hayfield, Austin, Owatonna, and certainly the Academy can help to alleviate some of the pressures that families and I think children have been feeling when it comes to childcare.
You know, those facts and figures, Doug, are not counting for the number of in-home child care providers we actually have in Blooming Prairie. Because we do have in-home child care providers that have been in business numerous years, or even on the short term taking care of our children, and God bless them for doing so, because they're absolutely needed. But even with them, or other organizations or groups that are taking care of children, there is still that need. So that 100 plus children in just Blooming Prairie alone, or the 200 plus children in Steele County alone, are including the fact that we have children in family child care settings.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about enrollment and start dates. Everybody is eager to talk about the start date of the Academy, and as you know, it's under construction, but we are aiming for a start date of, drumroll,
June
6th. So that is the goal.
Yep.
Now, with anything, I'm going to throw a caveat in there, Doug. So we want to open June 6th. Construction is slated to be done June 6th. However, Department of Human and Health Services needs to come in and make sure that we're ready to go and those kids are ready to come in the door, and we check that box for licensing. We have to check boxes for inspections, numerous inspections that happen with the renovation process. So you can't hold Doug and I's feet to the fire that much, but we really are shooting for June 6th. Those families that enroll are going to be kept up to date every step of the way for those last few weeks, couple weeks, to ensure that we're right on point.
As we've shared with you before, we will be a licensed child care education facility that will be able to provide that care and education for up to 144 children. So perfect example of being a part of meeting that need within our community. But we too are being realistic, starting out, and to begin with, we are going to be opening one of the two rooms at the Academy. So what that means is we'll have one infant room, and within that infant room, we will have the ability to care for 8 infants And there will be 2 adults. There will be a lead teacher in that infant room, and either an assistant teacher or a program assistant caring for those children. In our 1 toddler room, we will have the ability to care for 14 toddlers, and once again with 2 adults, a lead teacher and either an assistant or a program assistant. And when we move to the preschool room, we have the ability to provide care for 20 preschool children with those 2 adults, that highly qualified lead teacher and that assistant teacher or program assistant. And then our school age group, 30 children with those 2 adults. And we're looking forward to filling those rooms. The conversations, as I've shared, have been very positive and very encouraging, but this could move very quickly, Amy.
It could. It certainly could. And that's part of the business model. We certainly can't hire all the staff to serve 144 children because at a flip of a switch, it just doesn't happen that way. So we've been strategic in that planning. But we also want to meet the promise of parents, right? And so that's why we've strategically set up our staffing so that we can open up every single room for every single age group, regardless of the number of enrollments immediately. And then once enrollment builds and it warrants that second room to open, that is when we will do that. However, all the rooms will be outfitted and fully furnished and ready. So when we get close to that second room opening, we can just staff and enroll and get moving as quickly as we can to serve those parents and those families. So this last week, Doug, was a very exciting week for the Academy.
It was extremely exciting. We had the opportunity to meet several very talented, qualified individuals as we held interviews for those positions at the Academy. And first of all, we are very excited to introduce our Assistant Director, Daisha Zilm. Daisha comes to us from a nearby child care center, and her role at that center was Assistant Director, and she brings a wide range of experience and creative talents to this position, and so we're extremely excited that she's going to be able to join us, and she will be beginning shortly next week. Will be her first day at the Academy, so we're looking forward to that. We also have our Academy Coordinator, Tammy Jacks. Tammy also has a wide range of experience in community and public relations, leadership, child care experience, and she's going to be an extremely important member as she supports our staff. She supports our families. She works with our community regarding outreach and assisting with some fundraising, and she just has a very infectious personality that she will be a delightful person for our families to meet as well.
It's great that we had the opportunity to extend offers to such wonderful individuals that are really going to complement the Academy and add value to the Academy.
And that's really been our philosophy right from the start, is to build those relationships. And that's why it's been important to us that when we meet with families to have that face-to-face visit or that phone conference where we have the opportunity to talk about the Academy. We have the chance to talk about your child, and it really isn't any different when you look at our staff and wanting to have those same things in place. So it is an exciting time, and I have no doubt these next few weeks will go very quickly, and in a short time we'll be at June 6th, Amy.
I know, it's going to be great. Thank you so much. Are we both there?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for joining us. We are so excited to have you on this journey along with us.
Thank you, and take care.